Hello, Degens. Welcome to Degenerate Takes NFL Week 14 Best Bets, Locks, and Predictions. I, of course, am the BROFECT one AJ, and joining me as always is the man with the numbers, sportsbook whisperer, college basketball guru, daddy of the diamond, all hail the king of the links, the money train, Noah Engelbretson. Noah, before we get started, I just got to ask you one thing. Out of all of the teams in the NFL on the waiver wire Monday, or Tuesday, excuse me, the Rams? The Rams take Baker Mayfield? Like, I understand where they're at in their quarterback situation with not knowing what Matt Ryan's doing, but do you think the
Stafford.
Rams are... Stafford. Who did I say? Ryan? I mean, the Colts don't know what the fuck they're doing with Matt Ryan either. But, I mean, we're watching this Thursday night game right now as we're recording this, and we will get to those picks just for the record when we're done. But that Baker signing made no sense to me. Like, it made sense to me in the sense of this week, and like this year, but Baker is still going to be looking for a team by the time the end of the season comes around, right? Or am I crazy?
Yeah, I think so. And got to note the fact that the Rams were, there's a lot of speculation the Niners might try to get Baker, in their playoff push and run that they're going on right now. Rams were turns out after the fact, the Rams were high up in the waiver wire, so they got him. Rams were the only team that put in a waiver claim for Baker Mayfield. So
that blew my mind too.
Literally nobody else wanted him other than the Rams. Baker now on his third team in the past year.
Listen, sorry, go ahead, Noah.
I was gonna say his days as a starter in the NFL I think are over. He'll bounce around as a perennial backup. I think. He's good enough to be in the NFL, but he's proven that he's not really good enough. And he honestly, the biggest thing is he lacks leadership skills, which seems to be kind of a hot theme with Lincoln Riley quarterbacks, especially the ones that have won Heisman Awards.
Wow. I didn't take a shot at Caleb Williams before he's even crowned, bro. Yeah, he was named Player of the Year, but that doesn't mean shit yet. Go ahead and bury the kid before he even gets the goddamn trophy. Go ahead, Noah.
No, it's just funny how there's a theme of Lincoln Riley quarterbacks who are the most unlikable people that end up always winning the Heisman. And I think it's going to continue with Caleb Williams. I mean, you got Baker, you got Kyler. Was there another one at Oklahoma that I'm missing? Either way,
Money?
Caleb Williams,
Johnny Money? No, he went to A&M, didn't he?
No, but yeah, it's just funny. Lincoln Riley, never can put together a good defense, has these like quarterbacks who have outstanding years, happen to be the most unlikable people in college football. Like Caleb Williams is probably the most hated player in college football right now, which rightfully so.
To you.
No,
I love the kid.
every.
What did the kid ever do?
You're in the minority there. He writes "fuck" and then whatever team he's playing on his painted fingernails every single game.
It's called
and
Moxie.
Then he's also. It's not Moxie. He's a douchebag, just like Baker. I don't want to. I don't think douchebag's the right word for Kyler Murray. I think like
childish,
whiny, childish, entitled is kind of Kyler Murray.
That's fine.
But Caleb Williams reminds me a lot of Baker.
Wow.
Nobody's really rooting for him. Rightfully so. You are, AJ, just like you've been all over Baker for whatever. But
Baker's a good quarterback. I think give the kid more than 2 days to learn the goddamn playbook and then put him in. I don't know what the fuck he's doing playing tonight.
Well, he had plenty of years in Cleveland. He had a chance in Carolina. He didn't do anything there, and now he's on the Rams.
Won Cleveland their first playoff game in over a decade, all right, and then got pushed out because they decided to go with a questionable person who ended up playing fucking terribly after being away from football for 270 days. And so, no.
No, it's 7. You're transposing numbers there. I think it was 720 days.
It doesn't matter. It was a long fucking time. And... yeah, listen, I'm a Baker guy. I think Baker has been put into shitty situations, and he did the best that he could in Cleveland. He did the best that he could in Carolina, considering I don't know one quarterback that can do half decent in that system, in that program, with that team. And give the kid a week. He was sent the playbook on the plane ride over. Let's give him a week before we bury him in LA.
Yeah. Well, I'm not burying him in LA. I'm just burying him for the fact that he lacks leadership, and that's not going to change no matter where he goes. He's not a leader. He's just like, which you need at the quarterback position, and that's my gripe with Baker, whatever his name is.
Be funny if Baker went to Baylor. That'd have been good.
Uh,
That would have been good. But all right, we spent enough time
anyways,
on Baker. For the record, I did take the Raiders. I didn't trust the 7, so I did buy it down to 6.5. Looking pretty good as we are in the third quarter, and they're up 13-3 right now. Noah, what was your pick on the game?
I got the Raiders at 6 even.
Oh, nice, good number.
Yeah, so I didn't buy anything. I just took it at 6 even. I figured the Raiders would win by a touchdown.
Good number. I got there late.
And on top of that, I did take 2 bets this week. I was a little upset that I couldn't parlay them, which I get because I guess they're technically not independent events, which you need to have for a parlay.
Yes.
I really wanted to parlay the Packers to make the playoffs plus the Raiders to make the playoffs.
Ooh.
Would have been 103-1 odds on that.
Okay.
But, the books wouldn't let me take it. They're just too jealous that I'm too good. But I did take the Raiders. I took the Raiders at 7-1 odds to make the playoffs, and I took the Packers at 13-1 odds, 12-1, 13, something in there.
Yeah, I like it.
So, hey, don't sleep on the Raiders. The Packers is a little bit of a homer pick, but I think the Raiders are actually going to make the playoffs here. They're going to go on a run. They've won 3 straight already. I think they win 4 out of their last 5, and 9-8 record. Maybe squeak into a wild card spot.
Well, you don't have to worry about them getting worse this week with the bye. Noah, before we get into the slate, I do just want to tell everybody, like I told you before the show, I have been so bored at work. And I mean, it has been slow. I have just been sitting there. And you know what I've been doing, Noah? I've been handicapping. I've been handicapping everything I can find. I was handicapping a sport called kabaddi today, okay? It's India's national sport behind cricket. It is awesome.
What is that?
Dude, like...
I don't even know what sport that is.
It's like ultimate tag, but it's team tag, but you tackle people. It's very cool. The rule system's awesome. Maybe we do a podcast on it. It's on ESPN Plus every single morning at 9 a.m. 8 a.m. time change. So it's on once I get to work, and I go ahead and throw a couple bets down. And, it's a good morning. But regardless of that, all I've been doing is handicapping. That includes this NFL slate. Noah, I haven't done it yet, so that means I'm due. I'm going undefeated this weekend.
I don't know. We'll see. I think I'm going undefeated, but there are 1 or 2 games that I'm nervous about. The rest I feel very confident on this week. I'm feeling good about this week's slate. I'm not shy to admit it when I'm nervous about a slate. This one I feel good about. I think there's some really good bets in here.
There are some good numbers. There are some numbers that moved that I liked that because they moved, we're going to get into it. And let's start with a bet that I felt confident when I took it early, and I feel great now. Texans go into the Cowboys. Cowboys 17.5-point favorites now, opened up at 8. I took it at 9.5 when I saw it. 44 is the total. They're playing in Jerry World, Noah. I mean, they're playing in Jerry World. You got that insane defense, that offense that's finally clicking. Bro, and the Texans, believe me, I want Davis Mills to win a Super Bowl more than anyone. I have 3 rookie cards with patches on them.
Yeah,
okay?
we know.
I want him to do so good, but it's just not happening, and it won't happen for the Texans. Give me the Colts. I will even take them at the 17.5. I do believe they win by 3 touchdowns, and this is all Cowboys. It was always the Cowboys, and because I believe that, and I am so invested in the Cowboys right now, they're gonna go out and put up 0 points, and the Texans are gonna blow them out. But I'm taking the Cowboys minus 17.5.
Okay, yeah. So AJ, this week I'm going to give a 1 through 5 score on my confidence, or 0 through 5 score on my confidence index on each pick, just for fun, just to throw it out there. You know how much I hate betting large spreads in the
Yes.
NFL. I have a philosophy that it doesn't even matter who the fuck is playing. If it's over like 11 or 12 points, I'm going to take the underdog to cover. I'm going to break my rule in this one.
Got to do
And
it.
here's why. Here's why. Since losing to the Eagles in Philly, Cowboys are 5-0. They're 5-0. You look at the spread of 17.5. They have covered 4 of those 5 games by 17.5 plus, including, you got a 24-6 win over the Lions, 49-29 against the Bears, 40-3 in Minnesota, 54-19 at home against the Colts. Cowboys are at home in this one. It pains me to take the 17.5, but I'm going to take it, and I'm not even on a low confidence level on this one. I'm at about a 3 to 4 confidence level on this one with the Cowboys to cover 17.5, which is ridiculous because I hate taking large spreads in the NFL.
Oh, I hate it too, but I love the 17.5. I love the Cowboys. I hate it. I hate the Cowboys are looking so damn good, but as Skip Bayless would say, how about them Cowboys? Let's go.
I mean, they've been the best team in the NFL over the last 5 weeks.
Easily. And that's going to be a hot take because everyone's going to still say the Bills, but it's all the Cowboys.
Cowboys have looked better than any other team in the NFL over the last 5 weeks, and I will take that to my grave.
And they signed OBJ. I don't give a shit if he doesn't play until January. I'm still like it's over. It would be over at that point, I believe. Moving on, Noah. This is going to be a fun one. We got the Browns going to the Bengals. Bengals 5.5-point favorites at home. 46.5 is the total. I got to stop flipping these numbers today. No, it's going to do us really dirty one time. Bengals are heavy. I mean, public favorites, but not money favorites. Got 55% of the money on the Browns. What are your thoughts on this?
Hooday. We are about to enter into one of the most entertaining division races down the stretch in a season. And it's going to be really interesting because the Bengals and the Ravens, who I believe are at the same record right now, both at 8-4. Ravens have the head-to-head win.
Yep.
And here's why it's going to be interesting. Because the Bengals are going to go on a tear of beating good teams or blowing out teams. The Ravens are going to squeak out some like narrow wins that maybe they shouldn't have. And the Ravens are still going to win this division despite the Bengals being the better team down the stretch. Mark my words. That is my bold prediction on this. So it starts here. Cincinnati 5.5. This game should be more than a touchdown spread. The Bengals got off to a rough start, but they are really gelling right now. Jamar Chase just came back. Get ready for some firepower from the Bengals. My only counterpoint is this is an AFC North matchup, which all tend to be complete battles, and like we're going to see players ejected. There's going to be personal fouls, but you know what? I think the Bengals take it by a touchdown plus, so I'm on the Bengals minus 5.5.
I'm also on the Bengals minus 5.5. Joe Burrow seems to be back in form. Joe Shiesty, Joe Icy, Joe Steal Your Mama,
Joe Burr,
all of that. He's the man. He is the man, and I think we need to start respecting his name a little bit more and start putting him in the conversations with Patrick Mahomes and these other young quarterbacks that we talk so highly of. He's not talked about enough. It's simple as that. He's not talked about enough. Give me the Bengals minus 5.5 at home. I hate that number for the total. If it was at 43, I would take the over. 46.5 just seems a little in the middle for me. I think it might end up somewhere because Deshaun Watson did play like shit the last game, but it's a matter of time before it clicks back and he starts putting something together.
Well,
I don't think that that Browns defense, even if the offense can do that, will be able to handle it. So still give me the Bengals minus 5.5.
AJ, you know I hate my 5.5 and 4.5 spreads.
I know, Noah.
I hate them. I hate them. But it should tell you enough. Oh yeah, I forgot I'm doing confidence index. I'm at I'm at a solid 4 on the Bengals to cover the spread, which is why I'm not buying any points here. I'm just gonna lay that 5.5 and not worry about it because I think the Bengals win by a touchdown or more.
Easy. Easy. Moving on, Noah. This game, I think, is going to be a lot more. This is going to be a fun one. This is a good slate this weekend. I love it. Jets, Bills. Going to Buffalo. Bills minus the 10. 42.5 is the total, Noah. First of all, I want to say that there are going to be so many points scored in this game. Give me the over 42.5. Also, 10 is too many. 10 is too many for Mike White and the Jets. Give me the Jets plus the 10 because I know if Mike White starts sucking, any point, I think, and even if it's in the first half, they throw in our boy, Zach Wilson, who's going to be pissed that he's been taken out, and he's going to come out and have a game. Give me the Jets plus 10. Bills still win, though. Bills still win.
Yeah, interesting thing here, you got obviously you look at statistics and Zach Wilson's been the worst of the Jets quarterbacks that have played this season out of the 3. Zach Wilson was 5-2 as a starter, and the Jets are 2-3 when Zach Wilson has not started. Obviously, I don't really care about that because I'm a big proponent of wins are not a quarterback stat. I always say that every time Brady gets brought up. But if you're one of those people who, Brady's won all these Super Bowls, Brady's done this, Brady's done that, then
which he has because he has the rings, Noah. Let's not forget that anyway.
Right, but if you're one of those people who's arguing that wins are a quarterback stat, then yeah, Zach Wilson's obviously the best quarterback, and the Jets are dumb to have taken him out. I don't know. That's all I'm going to say about that. But I think 10 points is too much in this game. The Jets did beat the Bills earlier this season. They're not going to beat them twice, but 10's a big spread, especially for a New York Jets team that's 7-5. They're 2 games over 500. I don't think they lose this game by 10. I'm taking the Jets. Taking the Jets on about a 3 confidence level.
I would take it. I agree. It's about a 3 for no, it's a 5 for me. I love the Jets. They're my Super Bowl pick still. Shout out Mac White, Zach Wilson, and all the boys out there still kicking it. Sauce Gardner, I don't think still has a touchdown against him. He's the fucking man. This is interesting. Eagles going to the Giants. Eagles 7-point favorites on the road. It did open at 1.5, Noah, so it's been bet that way, but the money's interesting. We'll get into that in a moment. 44.5 is the total. It opened at 43.5 for the total, but the money is blowing my fucking mind. Giants moved from plus 1.5 to the plus 7. 61% of the bets, 81% of the money on the Giants. Give me the Eagles. Give me an alternate line minus 9.5 for some value. I think minus 12.5. Minus 9.5. I think they win this game by 10 points easy. I would even take them at 20.5. Might sprinkle some on that. I don't like the reverse line movement. Give me the Eagles all day long, and they're just the better team at this point. The Giants have lost the magic. We've been waiting for this moment for the Vikings, but we got it with the Giants now. They're in a downslope.
Yeah, the Giants are in their slide. They, got a tie last week, but fuck that. They should have lost. This is one of the 2 or 3 games that's really tough, AJ, that I keep going back and forth on that 7-point line. Part of me still believes the Giants are like a halfway decent football team. Not that they're going to win. I don't think they're going to win this game by any means. I think Philadelphia wins this game 100%. But that 7 points, it's like sitting there, low-hanging fruit, tempting me.
Bro,
To jump on the Giants.
It's the fucking apple in the Garden of Eden. Take a bite of me, bro.
And you know what? I'm going to do it because this is the NFC East, and weird shit happens in the NFC East. And these games are always tight. These games are always tight in the NFC East. Like, you go back 2 or 3 years when they were like the shittiest division in football and every team was under 500 and now every team's over 500, but nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. This is still the NFC East. It's going to be a close game for whatever fucking reason. The Giants may even find a way to win this. I don't think they do, but it's in the realm of possibility. I'm taking the Giants to cover a touchdown.
All right. I would like to make sure that it is noted that
With a one on my confidence scale.
Okay, never mind. I retract the statement I was going to make. I agree with that.
It was going to be a 1 no matter which way I picked on this, but because I think that 7 is probably the perfect number for this game.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take the Giants to cover, though, with a 1 confidence level.
Fair enough. I understand. You're going to have to explain some stuff to me on this one, Noah. All right, Jaguars going to the Titans here. Titans are 3.5-point favorites at home. 40.5 is the total. But then we get into it a little bit deeper. They opened up as 6.5-point favorites. Bet down to 4.5 now, and that's because 52% of the bets and 80% of the money as of this recording are all over the Jaguars. I understand the Jaguars have looked good. I'm a big proponent for the Jaguars.
They got blown out 40-14 by the Lions last week.
Exactly my point. This line makes no sense to me, and when it doesn't make sense, I go with what I know. And what I know is Tractor Cito is still there. Vrabel is still the head coach. Ryan Tannehill can still fuck around and find out sometimes. That defense is still solid. Give me the Titans minus the 3.5. Give me the over 41. I do think there will be points in this game.
Yeah, and when you got that group of people who's like, wham, 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 the Titans get a good seed in the playoffs and only have a good record because look at their division and they get to play the Colts, the Jaguars, and the Texans 6 times a year. I'm not disagreeing with you.
No.
But they get to play the Jaguars, the Colts, and the Texans 6 times a year. So the Titans fucking own this division.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. They're like weird, like the Titans. They dominate the division. They come up big in big games against really good teams, and then when they play those mediocre teams outside their division, that's when they lose games. Like, it makes no sense.
I think that's where the line movement comes in. I think people have seen that trend, and they're like, this line is too good right now at 6.5. Let's keep it adding it until it gets moved.
I mean, like, whatever. Titans got blown out by the NFL best Eagles last week.
True.
Vrabel's been very good at bouncing back off of losses, and especially the fact that they're playing at home against a division opponent. God, the Titans win this game by like 20 points. Like, fuck off, Jacksonville. You're not even like they just shouldn't even show up because they're going to get embarrassed so bad. Like, I'm not even kidding. I could see this game being a like 20-30 point blowout. This is going to be the marquee 200-yard game that Derrick Henry has this season. He has 1 or 2 every season.
Yeah.
This is going to be Derrick Henry's 200-yard rushing game. Titans are going to win by a landslide. So I'm taking a full 5 confidence if I could break my own scale, but I did set a limit, so I have to respect it.
I agree.
5.5 confidence on my 0 to 5 scale right here.
No,
this is my game of the week. The Titans cover 3.5. No fucking problem. No fucking problem.
I also want to add to my card Titans minus the 3.5. Derrick Henry 2+ touchdowns and Derrick Henry over 199 yards. Let's fucking go. This is the game. Let's get it. And that's my official degenerate parlay of the weekend. You're welcome. Sponsored by. I don't know. We got to find a sponsor, Noah.
Yeah, I mean, just take the over on everything Derrick Henry this week.
It's a Derrick Henry weekend.
I'm telling you, this is going to be his 200-yard game this season.
Whew. Let's see it. Let's see it happen. Noah, this game's fucking awesome. I'm so excited. Vikings-Lions. This is going to be so epic. I mean, this is going to be great. The line is awesome. Lions are 1.5-point favorites against the Vikings. 51.5 is the total. The public is grossly on the Lions, Noah. I mean, makes you want to be. It's awesome. You got 50% of the money. So, 50% of the bets. So the bets are split. 92% of the money is on the Lions to cover the 1.5. Noah, make it 93%. Give me the Lions, brother. They are going. They are moving. Lions make the playoffs this year. They're looking good. Also, give me the over at 51.5. That
Oh
over
yeah,
is too easy.
Two terrible defenses.
Terrible defenses. Dude, the
So
Lions are
here's
good. The Lions are good.
Here's some fun stats. The Vikings opened as a 2.5-point favorite here. Obviously, this game has been bet by the public into Detroit's favor. And the public still is laying it on Detroit with, 2.5 points.
With an iron fist, they are laying it on Detroit. Like, God damn it, take my money.
Here's the thing, like everybody knows the Vikings are fake. That this isn't a surprise. They're 10-2.
Yeah.
They have a plus 10 point differential this season. That's right, plus 10 as a 10-2 team, which is the worst by a wide margin in NFL history for a 10-2 team. So they are by far the worst 10-2 team there has ever been in the NFL. They have the number 32 ranked defense. Yes, that's out of 32 teams. The Vikings have the dead last defense in the entire NFL, yet are somehow 10-2. You would say, oh, their offense is probably number one and like by a big margin. No, that's not the case. They just, I think every member of the Minnesota Vikings team just puts a 4-leaf clover up their asshole before every game. I swear to God, being in the local market, I've watched enough Vikings games. It feels like they are trying to lose half the games that they play, and they can't. Like they're that shitty that they're unsuccessful at throwing games. For you NFL is rigged crowd, you'll probably love that. That the Vikings are just so bad that they can't throw games when they're supposed to.
Could you imagine? And again, this is just for fun to talk about. I'm not making any claims or anything. I don't want anything on the news. But if Kevin O'Connell was getting, paid, he was like paid by a bettor. He was like, "Hey, I need you to like keep this game close, 7.5 or closer." And he's like, "All right, yeah, no problem." Then they go out and blow out a team by 25 points, and they keep doing it week after week. Like that'd be funny as shit. Oh, that's a comedy movie waiting to be made right there. I want to go ahead and I want a producer credit at least for whoever makes that movie. I just want that. Anyway, sorry, Noah.
That being said, I'm on Detroit to cover 1.5,
easy.
2 points, whatever it's at.
Absolutely.
I'm taking this with a 3 on my confidence index.
I like the 3. I like the 3 index. Moving on, Noah. You got the Ravens going to the Steelers. Steelers 2-point favorites at home. Got a reverse line here. It opened up Steelers plus the 2. 36.5 is the total. Public all over the Ravens at 58% of the bets, 82% of the money. I don't know. There's something about this Steelers team. It's one of those things. I don't know what's going on with the Ravens. They seem to... I feel like when I understand the Ravens, they do something the next 3 weeks that make me question everything I know about the Ravens. And so for that reason and that reason alone, give me the Steelers minus the 2 and also the under 36.5. I don't think there's going to be a lot of points in this game.
I would agree with that. No Lamar Jackson. Steelers are finding a way to win some games, but they're winning ugly. They're not winning pretty. Kind of what the Ravens have been doing all season is winning ugly. I do think Huntley is undervalued and underappreciated as a backup quarterback. I think he's
great.
I think he's 100% got the talent to be starting in the NFL. Tremendous career at Utah in college, and he's looked good in the few games that Lamar has missed. I think Baltimore edges out Pittsburgh by like a point or two. which is why I love that Pittsburgh is favored now in this game, because I can take Baltimore money line. If it was the other way around, I would not be taking Baltimore -2. I'd be taking the money line as well, because I could see this easily being like a 1 or 2 point game.
I get where you're coming
It's gonna
from.
come down to
I
a
get
field
it.
goal. It's gonna come down to a Justin Tucker field goal at the very end of the game. He's gonna hit like a 63-yarder to win the game.
Hey, you know what they say? Ravens country, let's fly. No? Okay. But that's okay, because now we're going to talk about Broncos country. Let's ride to another loss at home against the Chiefs, who are 9-point favorites on the road. Open up at 6.5. Bet up to 9. 43.5 is the total. Give me Patrick Mahomes. Give me the Chiefs. There's no other pick for this game. All right, the Broncos just aren't that. They're just not that. I won't listen to anyone who thinks any highly of Russell Wilson or anything he's done this season. He is awful. The Broncos are not good at football. Give me the Chiefs minus the 9. Give me an alternate line. Thank you very much. Minus the 13.5.
Oh, AJ.
Don't do it, Noah. Don't you do it. I as not only as your co-host, but as your friend, I cannot sit here and listen to you. Give me a reason to bet on the Broncos plus the 9.
So I'm gonna spit some facts at you here. So, if the Broncos were 9.5 point underdogs the entire season, they would be, how many games have they played? They played 12. They'd be 10-2 against the spread. Mainly because their defense has only given up 13.3 a game. They're playing the Chiefs, so I'm going to give the Chiefs an extra 5-6 points on that, right? So Broncos defense is like sneakily one of the best defenses in the NFL. They just don't get mentioned because the Broncos are shit and their offense can't put up points. So here's the deal. The Broncos hold the Chiefs to like 20, 23 points, something like that. If they hold them to 20, the Broncos got to put up 12, which I know has been a tough task for them this season.
Very tough.
But I think the Broncos cover 9.5 by a slim margin, and it's because their defense has, and I'm going to give a shout out to the Broncos defense because nobody's been talking about them because the team is so bad, and all anybody's talking about is how Russell Wilson's not working, how Nathaniel Hackett needs to be fired, even though he hasn't even been there a full season, all these offensive problems. People aren't talking about how this is one of the best defenses in the NFL, much like they were last year and the year before with Drew Lock and the medley of quarterbacks that they had, and they were going to 7 and 8 win seasons. And you know what? They're kind of the same team, and Russell Wilson sucks, and the offense sucks, but this defense is still very, very, very legit. I think because of that, they hold this game within 9.5 points.
You're so wrong. You're so wrong, but I appreciate the pick, Noah. I do. I appreciate the pick.
2 confidence level on this one. Oh, I forgot to say for the Baltimore-Pittsburgh game. I'm at about I'm at a 3.
Okay.
3.5 with that Baltimore-Pittsburgh game. 2 with this Denver pick.
Fair enough. Let's keep it moving. We got Panthers, Seahawks. Seahawks now 3.5 point favorites at home. Total 44.5. Opened up as 1 point favorites. I don't get it because you got 47% of the bets, 89% of the money on the Panthers. So that makes the line movement. I guess what I don't get is why people are wasting their money. I can tell them how to spend their money a lot better in that one way. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, but
not betting on Sam Darnold. That would be step one.
Sam goddamn Darnold. Like, give me the Seahawks minus the 3.5. I'll take them alternate line minus 6.5 as well. They win by a touchdown easy.
Yeah, Geno train continues to chug along the tracks. I'm at a very strong 4.5 confidence on this one. I'm taking Seattle to cover 3.5. There's some magic in Seattle for whatever reason. Geno Smith is I believe I saw a stat something that he's top 6 in I think every single measurable quarterback stat this season. Um,
Goddamn.
Fucking Geno Smith might be around for the future in Seattle. I can't believe I'm saying that Geno Smith might somehow notch himself. Now, here's the thing: he's not going to get a long-term deal off the bat because it's one season. Maybe he just struck gold for one season, but he's certainly done enough to earn himself a like 2 or a 3 year deal here. And if he continues to play well, he might get a long-term deal for a nice price point. Geno Smith might be that guy. He
Hey,
might be that guy.
he's got a little dog in him. I don't know how big the dog is, but he's got a little dog in him.
Well, everybody wrote him off, but he ain't right back.
Yeah, honestly. All right, Noah. This game, I get where the line's at. I get why it's at where it's at, and I love it. Buccaneers, 49ers, opened at a pick'em. Now San Francisco minus the 3.5. 37.5 is the total. Obviously, the brutal injury to Jimmy G on his foot. Luckily, it's not as serious as it could have been. Now, now just dealing not with that major foot injury, but a minor foot injury, might come back for playoffs. It's still a good team, though. It is a good roster with a history of plug-and-play quarterbacks that can make it work. And I get why the line's at 3.5 now. Not only that, but with the public betting at 52% of the bets, 51% of the money. Give me Tom Brady plus 3.5. Give me the Buccaneers plus 3.5. I understand it's on the other coast. I understand it all, but give me Buccaneers plus the 3.5. They're gonna. I might need to change my Super Bowl picks soon, Noah. That's all I'm saying.
I'm gonna call this game the claw my eyes out game of the week. I'm not even kidding. This is probably the game I least would want to watch out of the entire slate this week. I mean, Dallas Houston's gonna be a blowout, but I would still rather watch that than like this game is gonna be so shit. The Buccaneers have been painful to watch all season. They suck, and they're still somehow hanging on to first place in that division, like 2 games under 500 or game under 500, whatever the fuck they are right now. It's maddening. They should have lost to the Saints again. Obviously you got last week that ridiculous PI call. Mike Evans deserves a fucking Oscar for that.
Oscar, Emmy, Tony, everything.
And then obviously Mark Ingram unfortunately getting injured, and then because of that kind of limped out of bounds a yard before the first down. They don't get that one. The Bucks had no business winning that game, and then everyone's like, well, Tom Brady with his comeback win of 40 whatever something comeback win of his career, and I'm like, okay, but did he really do anything? Whatever, that's besides the point. He looks bad. The Bucks offense looks bad. The Bucks defense looks decent still. The only reason they're hovering around 500 is because of their defense.
Yeah.
God, fucking San Francisco starting Brock Purdy as quarterback.
They have to. They literally have to.
God, I don't even want to handicap this game because I know I'm not going to watch it. I don't care about this game. I don't want either team to win. If I ever was rooting for a tie, it would be in this shithole of a game that I won't even be watching. Fuck, I don't know what to pick. God damn it. I'm gonna just bank on Todd Bowles and his defensive expertise taking advantage of Brock Purdy. And because Tampa Bay is the underdog, I'm gonna take him plus 3.5. But like, I just really wish I could control alt delete this game off the slate because I hate looking at it. Can we give both teams another bye week? Is that allowed?
Not under the new CBA. Maybe next year.
I spent way too much time talking about a game that I didn't even want to acknowledge its existence. And this is a solid 0 on my confidence scale because I literally don't know how the fuck to pick this game. This was the one game where I'm like, I mean, maybe I'll close my eyes and flip a coin and then see what happens.
I want to go one step further. Give me the Buccaneers money line. They win this game outright, easy. Noah, let's move to Sunday night football. Waiting all day, and this is actually a good game that I've been waiting for. You got the Dolphins at Chargers. Chargers 3.5-point dogs at home. 51.5 is the total. What are your thoughts, Noah? What are you thinking?
God, both teams lost last week. This is a tough one.
Yeah.
Who's going to get the bounce back win?
Good question.
For me, it's a necessity thing. Who needs it more, and that's the Chargers. I think the Chargers are going to be hungrier. They're going to be more desperate. They're going to come out. Justin Herbert's going to do his magical Justin Herbert things and throw for like 400 yards and 4 touchdowns. I expect Miami to have decent game too.
Bless you.
Thank you. Hit that mute button just in time. I think the over is the biggest play on this game.
Yes.
Not sure what that's at exactly, but
51.5.
I love it. Yeah, that ain't even that high.
No.
Over 51.5. I think this is going to be one of those absolute like classic shootout games. I think we're going to see a lot of points. I'm going to say like Chargers win this game like 40-37. It's going to be one of those games. So I'm not only taking the Chargers to cover, I'm going to take them to win. But yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of points, a lot of back and forth. This is going to be a very exciting game. I think it's going to be a great, great, great Sunday night game.
Yes, I do agree. I think it's going to be the best Sunday night game so far. And I think the favorite wins here. I'm going to take the chalk. Give me the Dolphins -3. I love what that offense is doing. That defense is performing solid enough for my taste against Justin Herbert in this offense. Give me the Dolphins -3 all day, every day, staying away from that total. There's something in me that tells me it'll go under 51.5. I like the over a lot, but I'm staying away from it right now.
You like it? You like it so much you're not taking it.
No, it's, you know what I mean. Like it's that girl you took out and like you had a good time, but like,
Cold feet.
Yeah. Not even cold feet, just,
Bitch.
Yeah, exactly. Moving on, no, let's go to the I'm glad I'll be watching Disneyland fireworks instead of this shitty game. Patriots and Cardinals, Monday Night Football in Arizona. And as they should be, Cardinals 2-point dogs at home. 43.5 is the total. Noah, I will take the under, and I am staying away from picking a side because fuck all, dude. I cannot bring myself at this point to bet against the Cardinals. I like, as you notice, I changed the sweatshirt I'm wearing. I'm no longer wearing the Cardinals sweatshirt because it was starting to affect me, bro. Like, it was miserable to look at and remember that I have 4 more years of this shitty GM and this shitty head coach and fucking this terrible, terrible quarterback who can't see over his own linemen. Like, fuck me, dude. Fuck the Cardinals. If I have to take a pick, I'm taking the Patriots, and I hate myself. I hate myself for it. No, I'm going to go take a shameful shower now. Fuck the Cardinals. They're killing me.
Yeah, this is one of my most confident bets of the week, and I'm going to take the Patriots to cover 1.5 points. I'm going to put that as a solid 4.5, 5 on my confidence scale. Cardinals are a dysfunctional fucking organization with terrible coaching. And let me just point out, when in-season Hard Knocks was announced that it was Cardinals, I'm like, oh, this will be fun. I'm like, this will be fun to just like laugh at and see what happens. I was wrong. It was not funny. It was sad.
Sad.
It was just sad.
So sad.
So
It's
I
so
thought
sad.
I thought the dysfunction and problems that I knew the Cardinals were having was going to be funny and like
It's not.
there was going to be
It's
some
just
comedic element.
so
No, it was just
sad.
sad. And then Hard Knocks pointed me out to the fact of like how terrible and the best word I can use to describe the Cardinals coaching staff, uninspiring. Holy shit, are they uninspiring? Like, no wonder these players don't care and are just doing whatever because these coaching, like these coaches on the Cardinals are just fucking bums. Like, they are not
Noah,
leaders of men.
Noah, I couldn't tell you what week of Hard Knocks we're on because I stopped at week 2 because
Oh, I
it's
stopped watching too because it was just so sad.
oh my god.
I'm
It
like,
was
this
like
is
I was
just
watching a
this
sad
is
movie my
depressing.
girlfriend picked out. Like it was just so depressing and made me feel bad and was like, why am I even rooting for this team? You know, at least when you watched the Lions, you know what I mean, the Lions Hard Knocks during the off season, you had hope as a fan. You had like, oh, Dan Campbell's the guy, this offense is the guy, the coaches care. And when you watch the Cardinals, oh my god, it's like they're forced to be there. It's like everyone is chained to their position and to their desk. And I don't know if it's in. I don't know. I don't know what the issue is anymore because I could point at Kyler, I could point at Cliff, but at some point, it's just kind of the whole front office, the whole coaching staff is like
It's
they're the
top down.
ultimate Eeyore. They're like fucking Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh. They're just fucking sad all the goddamn time.
Yeah, that's a perfect way of putting it. And it's top down too. Like everybody's just like nobody's motivated. Everyone's just like going through the motions, doing whatever. Whether that's coaches, front office, players, like yeah, the Cardinals are just they're a sad organization right now. They need to flush out literally everybody and then just completely rebuild, restart, I think, because nobody wants to be there other than maybe JJ Watt, who I don't even know if he does, but he's the only one who seems like he wants to be
Buddha.
there.
Buddha. Shout out Buddha
Uh,
Baker.
and, and Buda Baker, yes, but like the majority of the players, all of the
Colt McCoy
coaches,
wants to be there.
the front office, they just whatever, just give up, go away, go somewhere else.
Bro, they look like me at my fucking day job. Like,
Find greener pastures. Find greener
seriously.
pastures.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my, like it just brings me so much pain and agony when I think about the Arizona Cardinals. When I like
Anyways, that's my second pick of the week. Titans are my favorite pick of the week to cover. Patriots are my number 2.
all right. You got anything else to say about the week? NFL week 14 before we sign off, Noah?
I do not.
All right, neither do I. Fuck the Cardinals. They suck. Shout out to the Bears not losing this week either. You're on a bye. Yeah, bear down, go Cats. Follow us on everything. Hit the link tree down below. Please like, share, and subscribe. We do appreciate the support. No, we're at 220 subscribers, excuse me. Like, shout out all the 220 degenerates out there. We appreciate each and every single one of you. And yeah, thank you. We're going to be continue to keep going. We're going through a big 2023. Got a lot of big things planned, Noah. Huge. Even the return of something we vowed never to do again.
Oh, baby. Hell
Vowed
yeah.
never to do again, but we will talk about it and negotiate. With that being said, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. I'm the BROFECT one, AJ. That's the Money Train, Noah, and we'll see you next time on Degenerate Takes.